Hey guys, we are back for the finals of the ZeXaL tournament. So I'm not going to spoil what happened in the last one, but the shorthand is that we have got Durbe versus Tron in the finals, with Tron taking the second slot. If I had to say who my favorite is to win this, it's going to be Tron. That said, I've said it every time that Tron's dueled. I do not see Tron making it through the Champions round. I will point out, as was revealed last time, Tron does actually have a rank up magic in his deck to get out C69. Originally, I was thinking I was going to remove it from his deck after this tournament, but one of my friends has kind of convinced me, screw it, keep it in. C69 literally won't show up otherwise, so yeah, I'm going to go with what he thinks, unless there's like a consensus against him. Let me think. Besides that, I've had a bit of time between the last recording and now, just hanging out with my rabbit and doing some housekeeping, basically. If you've got some animals, make sure you go and love them. You know, they deserve the time. Pause the video or turn me off if you need to, and just go give them a good cuddle. Some undivided attention, right, buddy? Good boy. Okay, so Durbe is kind of throwing it all to the wall immediately, which I don't fully agree with, especially since he's thrown out Norden for no reason. But I'm sure his deck's got a couple of Call of the Haunted, or even, I don't know. I mean, I know he's got Monster Reborn in there, so that'll be fine. Oh, hey, cool. Heraldry Augmentation, which means that we can no longer see Chaos 69 this duel. And if you're giggling at the fact that his Ace Monster's number is 69, I was with you once upon a time. So this is the main reason why I think Tron is probably going to get this. Like, he's got such an unfair advantage against most of the other duelists in this tournament, thanks to number 8, and how easily he can get it out. Probably the next best, like the best counter to him would have been, oh wow, oof, that's rough. He had the 7th one in hand. Oof. But I was saying, the best natural counter to Tron probably would have been Kite or Kaito, thanks to the fact that his ace monster is Galaxy Eyes, but c'est la vie, that match never happened. Actually, to be fair, I think it did happen in the previous tournament, well, previous round, but hey-oh. Good boy, Dashi. Good baby. The only question I've got for him right now is why didn't he go for Advanced Heraldry Crest? But oh well. Advanced Heraldry Arts. Advanced Heraldry. I'm not really sure what its English name is. Yeah. And that is game 2 settled. Very quick in and out. I mean, Dorbe's, to be honest, he might. I'm gonna let him try going second here. Just because of like how their two decks match up, I think Durbe would be smart enough to like try to get the Tron was already in the challenger spot. I've said before, but it really amuses me when that happens. But if this is really one-sided, like no, it's not Tron, it's Durbe. Like if it is 3-0 in favor of Tron, I'll do a couple bonus like matches. Why not? I might actually show you guys the new Akiza deck that I've got set up for when we do a 5Ds tournament in the future. Well, another 5Ds tournament in the future. Good baby. Tron. Alright, let's go. Okay, so he's immediately got 3 of them on the board. And that's Chaos number 69. Oh, sorry, number 69 out. There's not really much point to it here, because if you don't know what it does, it literally just negates the effects of... Oof, rough. Negates the effects of all the these monsters on the field at the time it's summoned, and then can pick one for itself to copy. Nowhere near as strong as the real card is, obviously. Well, sorry, as the anime card is. The real card is nowhere near as strong as the anime card was. But then modern heraldic beasts have got like all the different 69 forms that they can go into as well, so man. Yeah, I think Durbe going second was definitely the right move for him here. He's going to hit just under the Destiny draw amount, which would have given Tron his advanced heraldry arts. So if he can get out the raw attack points this turn, he can actually go for the game. Okay, he wasn't able to get the raw attack points out. Which means that Tron does get his Destiny draw, which could end this game immediately. But to be honest, I actually think Durbe takes this one. Sorry if there's a slight bit of lag. It's just been an issue with my computer lately. Eventually I'll get it upgraded, but, you know, I'll only do that when it becomes needed. Okay. Yeah, you know, I actually probably do agree with that move. Yeah. Don't know if I agree with leaving the Star Scepter out there. I think that actually means that Tron loses. Although, no, he does lose, yeah, okay. Star Leech. Alright, so Durbe takes round 2. I think going second was the right choice for him. But unfortunately, it's now Tron's pick, and I think Tron is going to pick to go second after how that one went. Alright, and then we're grabbing Durbe again. Wonder why they gave him a Slatvian name. I need to look into Nasch and Mirage's name and see if they're all vaguely Slatvian. Because I know that the 3 of them are meant to come from Atlantis. From before Vector basically left his old ancient kingdom and their kingdom in desolate ruins. They never really established where Vector's from. Okay, so he's opening Heraldry Augmentation again. God, I love Heraldic Beast so much. I actually came back to modern Yu-Gi-Oh for a little, like, for a quick minute once Heraldic Beasts got their support. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy, Dash. Sorry, my rabbit's climbing me for love at the same time. And by God, I'm gonna give him love. He deserves it. You're not going into the, You're not going into your over 100s. Oh, I see. He can do both. Alright, I'm with you now. What's kind of interesting to think about is that, well, it's not so much interesting, it's kind of weird. Oh, he's still not going into his over 100s. He's going into Stellar Knight Del Toros. I think this is the first time he's actually bothered to go into it. Oh. Wait, you had Bottomless Trap Hole and you didn't use it? I will say, I kind of wish that Tron had access to Argent Chaos Force. By its anime effect, he would, but its real life effect specifically targets rank 5 or higher. And, like, look, without going into, like, an entire rant, it's dumb because it's literally the card he created for his kids, for the entire family to use, except for some reason he doesn't get it. Oh, hey! I haven't seen him go into number 18 yet this tournament. What a rare treat. Alright, so if he's still got the 7th one in his deck and he hasn't drawn into it like he did the first duel, he could still maybe turn this around, but it's going to be rough. Just looking at Tron's board. Okay, so whatever he drew into it wasn't that. Oh, that's actually not a bad draw here. Let's you go into the, yeah, let you go into your... Never mind, he's still not going into his over 100. I think that's him losing here. And you went for the one that doesn't have an effect. I've said it before, but the AI in this game is incredibly stupid. Yeah, sure, why not? Ooh, okay, nearly good game. He gets 5s with 100 life points. Anime air moment here. I don't see him turning this around unless he suddenly gets really smart. The Nova Summoner. No, into Scale. Into Sovereign. Yeah, that's... I wonder what his FaceTime was. Call of the Haunted. Okay, so had he... no. There was no way for him to come out of that one. Alright, that is 2 for Tron, 1 for Durbe. Dorbe's going second this time. What's kind of funny is that between these two, I think it's kind of a race to see who can go second. Which brings up, like, so Jack Atlas. Kind of a tangent here, going back to Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. In Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, the way they determine who goes first in the riding duels is to, like, see who's got the faster vehicle. Like, they literally race to go first. And not for nothing, Jack has a lot of cards in his deck that are, if you control no monsters and your opponent does control a monster. So his deck is styled to go second in the same way that I'd argue that, like, Kaiser/Hell Kaisers is. And yet he actively always raced to go first, despite the fact he could have given himself that advantage. And I purely think it was a matter of pride. Rough hand for Durbe. Like, at this point, I'd have honestly just said to set an Oversummoner and let his monsters be destroyed for a minute. Just so he can fill up his grave. Okay, rank up magic. So at least we get number C102 this time. I don't think there's another target for Norden in his grave, though, so... One of those is probably Heraldry Change, which just means he doesn't have the Heraldic Beast for it in his... Never mind, he might do. Okay, Stellar Knight. Stellar Knight. For everyone out there wondering, I stand by him having the one copy of Stellar Knight in his extra deck. Alright. Heraldry Change and Caesar Born. Yeah, he's lost. So I'm guessing he drew into that Unicorn that turn. And if the AI was smart, it would have kept it in hand for Heraldry Change. But whoever said the AI is smart. That means it is 2-all. We're going into Game 5. Tron's going second, which gives him the slight edge here, but hey-ho. Durbe has actually done a really good job of keeping up, which I genuinely didn't think he was going to. Mind you, he's also not summoned his Violent Sigma this time around, so I'm also kind of surprised about that. But it's honestly probably for the best, since Violent Sigma just gives Tron more options. Arguably better options, too. I mean, I guess it's one way to get rid of all this. Sorry if I'm being quiet, this is actually a pretty interesting game. I think Durbe might actually take this, just judging from the current setup, but it's so early on that it could still swing either way. Yeah, so he gets his Advanced Heraldry Arts now. Or at least probably a way to it. Notice that Tron normally has a lot of cards in his hand, but he's not doing a lot, so I kind of wonder how dead his hands always are. Okay, is that game, or is that Heraldry Change and a Heraldic Beast in hand? Let's find out! I don't know if it super matters. It does not super matter. Okay, so that's another Basilisk. Ah, it was Execution Born. Okay. So Tron loses in game number 5. 3-2 in Durbe's favor. Actually, a little bit surprised that Durbe took it, but I mean, Star Seraphs are objectively an incredibly strong deck. Even when they don't have access to like all the insane like 3-level 4 monsters. Yeah, let's do a bonus round. Uh, I guess let's run a game 6. But yeah, I'll probably revise their decks a little bit after this. I'm not going to do anything too drastic with it, but yeah, just to... I don't know, maybe just for the sake of it. Means that the next tournament will... Their next appearances will be slightly more interesting. Definitely look at Tron's because of how dead his hands always seem to be. Okay. Okay. Amphisbana. Ooh, into the honest. That's rough, buddy. Grab back the genome Harita. Okay, what are you up to? Oh, double How's Reborn. And then discard for the attack game? Okay. I definitely think this favors Durbe right now, but been surprised before. Been surprised in this particular matchup before. Double scale. Into Sovereign, okay. Who puts Honest back on top of the deck? Oh, that's rough. Into the Stella. Can Stella not... But I'm going to activate cards or effects when you... need to actually read what that card does, because I've noticed that Tron will not bottomless it. Five. Upper Conway. Oof. Never mind. Durbe takes a yeah, Dorbe's just winning this one. Yeah, Durbe wins the finals very firmly. 4-2. Good stuff. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, I'm going to be doing next week I'm going to be doing Arc 5, which I'm actually pretty genuinely excited for, because I really liked Arc 5. I will give you guys a heads up. This game is so early on into Arc 5, this is before anyone's decks had really managed to take shape. So there are no Phantom Knights. There's literally just the one Raid Raptor. I mean, if you can't extra deck, there's 3 Raid Raptors, but there's only one made deck Raid Raptor, which I think is Vanishing Lanius. DDs barely have any cards. Pendulum Magicians have not gotten going. Really, the only people who have like strong, consistent decks are the members of the LSD school, who are all using real-world competitive decks, and Silvio / Shingo Saratari, the Chaz of Arc 5, who is a genuine problem because he plays Monarchs and he plays your Senju, both of which were tier 1 decks. So there's every chance that he'll just blast through everyone and he'll be the one who takes this entire, then goes on to take the entire Champions tournament. But hopefully not. We'll see what happens. But hey, anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you guys had a fun time. See you next time.